Um, Hello,
Right.
everyone. I'll start it out real quick. So this is our first AIX training about what is an API by the AI Club. I'm Jason Ramirez, but today David Card will be presenting. So,
Hi guys. My name is David. I will be showing you guys what an API is, and we'll be walking through like how to make it and everything. Okay, first let's get started to what an API actually is. What's an API, right? And applications towards machine learning. Okay, so take a look at all these pictures that we have, all these diagrams. So we have ChatGPT, Spotify, Google Maps, and Sora AI. I don't know if you guys have seen Sora AI, the fake videos and stuff like that. Um, So the hidden connections of the AI world, right? So what do all of these have in common? All of these have in common that they all run behind an API, right? So they all use APIs as a backend to like really function the whole thing entirely. And yeah, so we use it like every day, right? So let's get into specifics. Like, what is an API? An API, or also known as application programming interface, is a set of rules that allows two programs to communicate. It lets one application request data or action from another without needing to know how it works inside. So think of API like a waiter in a restaurant. You tell waiter your order, the request, right? And the kitchen prepares it, the processing, and you get your meal, the response. You don't need to see the kitchen or know the recipe, just how to order. And how API works in like simple steps, right? So you send a request in, like ask for data or running a command. The API um, processes it and talks to the server. The server sends back a response, usually in JSON format. JSON. Your your app uses that response to update what you need or see or do. So it makes things really smooth. It basically pulls data from lots of sources and makes things really easy. So why APIs matter? So let's get into this. So API are connective tissue of modern technology. They make it possible for apps, websites, and AI systems to share data, work together, and scale without starting from scratch. Connectivity. Allow different systems to communicate seamlessly. Your phone app talks to the cloud. Your browser fetches data all through APIs. Efficiency. Developers reuse existing functionality instead of rebuilding everything. This saves time, reduces bugs, and accelerates innovation. So scalability, I talk about this a lot with Jason. APIs let companies expand fast. New features or services plug right in without breaking the old ones. Think of them as digital building blocks. So you use them everywhere in life right now. So and intelligence integration, machine learning models like ChatGPT or Sora are accessed through APIs. This allows any app to instantly tap into advanced AI. Do you guys hear the like ambulance in the background? Hold up, hold up. Huh?
you're good.
All right. Well, intelligence integration, machine learning models like ChatGPT or Sora are accessed through APIs. This allows any app to instantly tap into advanced AI without needing massive compute power. So yeah, you literally need it in every job. Like every job requires you to know what APIs are and how they work. So let's do a live example, fetching data. I'm just gonna break it through real quick on what we're gonna do, and then you guys can follow along if you guys would like. So request data, right? We use a GET request to ask the API for specific information. For example, the current weather or a random image. We use GET this right here to get a lot of the API, like the information basically. Like we're pulling source straight from the data, right? So it makes things easier. We don't have to do our own thing. And so then we receive the response. The API returns a structured JSON object, a format easy for programs to read and display. Example, temperature 26.7, condition sunny. So it gives us like models, right? So we can create our own model. And this is kind of how it's going to look like. And display the result. Your app takes the JSON data and turns it into something visual, like showing the temperature, weather icon, or image. JavaScript example is like consistent variable, res, wait, fetch, URL. So like something like this, right? We grab a URL from the exact data we're getting from, and then we do another consistent data. Oh wait, I'll show you guys this live too. and then console data, right? So these are all going to be certain things we're going to plug in and you guys are going to see. So why this matters, this process request response display is what powers everything from weather app to AI chat box. Every time you use ChatGPT, Spotify, or Sora, data flows through APIs in real time. So let's take this, let's start this for example if you guys want to do this. Let's go. So, oh, can you guys see my screen or can you guys only see? Let me switch this up real quick so we can see everything. Okay, I'm gonna click escape, share, and let me know. Can you guys see everything, Jason? Can you see everything right here?
Uh,
Like if I type in terminal right here, can you see it?
yeah, I can see that.
All right, awesome, awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna type in terminal. Let's go into our terminal. The Wi-Fi is kind of slow for me, it seems like, but let's do this right here. Terminal. Okay, let's open that up real quick. Move this, hide this real quick. So terminal. Is everything good, Jason? Can you see everything?
All good, all good.
Okay, great, great, great. All right. So let's start. You automatically want to start with CDing everything. So I already know we're in the original, so we just want to stay in the MacBook Air, right? Make sure everything's good. Let's make a directory right now. So make directory, right? API demo. Let's call this API demo. Yep. Demo. I'm gonna do this live too. Let's go. Let's just do this. I barely practice this. I'm not gonna lie to you. So let's see the API demo now. Right? I shouldn't name the demos, but whatever. Okay. And now let's ls to check we're in it. All right, we're good. We're good. Um, so now let's just open the folder in VS Code. Code that. And this is on Mac. So if you guys are using Windows or something else, just look up the differences. And I'll be honest, I'm not really familiar with the Windows certain code. Like I'm kind of outdated with that. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry about that. But yeah, so then let's just make a file or open new file. All right, let's just make a new file. So I'm gonna call this, what should I call it? Fetch, let's call it fetch weather. Fetch weather.js. So this is gonna be JavaScript. If you guys aren't familiar with JavaScript, I'll explain a lot of the variables and stuff like that so you guys could like know more, but I definitely recommend doing your own research. That would help out a lot. And it's really important, really crucial for APIs. So let's create this little file within this, right? And okay, cool. So now that we have this, let's get started with some coding, like actual coding. Um, okay, so for starters, we're gonna I'm just gonna call this. So we know this is, oh, is it lagging a little bit? Can you guys see? There you go. All right, so let's go fetch underscore weather.js, just so we know the name. It's a little windy right now for me. Not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of like freezing my butt off. Just making some comments right now, so I know. Simple AI API demo. Okay. And then let's get started. So I'm gonna put a consistent variable right here, and we're gonna do consistent latitude. Let's go latitude. Did I spell that right? Latitude, yeah. And equals, but let's put exactly the school location. I looked that up right now. So I'm gonna look up so this is basically coordinates of where you want to pull your information from. And I'm obviously gonna do the school. You guys could do your house if you guys know the exact place. You could look it up. Long Beach, right? Um, latitude, longitude. Now we're gonna do longitude. And you guys will see what we're trying to do here at the end. Just follow along if you guys can. So let's put negative. Just putting in the coordinates right now. 819. It doesn't help that my fingers are literally freezing up right now, but it's all good. And then let's do async. So async, I'll explain it later. Async function. It basically calls the data from, so let's do get weather. So calls the data from the API. And you guys are gonna see exactly how we use it, and I'll break it down just a bit. Just follow along right now. Let's do constant URL equals, and then let's go. So I need to plug in this one. All right, I have to type this all out. It's gonna be a URL. It's gonna be kind of long. So I'm sorry about this, guys. Bear with me. It's gonna be a, should have probably wrote this down somewhere, actually. That's my fault. HTTPS. Oh wait, I think I did. Let me see if I did. because I did do this before. Because it's a whole URL you guys are gonna see right now. And we'll put this in the file in like the presentation so you guys don't have to do any of that. So here you go, you guys. I'm gonna put this in Discord too right now. So let's see. It's this whole thing right now. All right. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. And we're just gonna go right back.
Then just
Sorry?
put it in the chat. That's
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat right now, actually. Let's go escape chat. All right. So you want to plug this into your code right there because we're basically grabbing from an already established API. Or not API, really the data set. It's not really like an API itself. Um, and so let me just get rid of this so I don't have to see my face. All right, let's go. All right, cool. So you're just gonna plug this in. It's gonna make things easier for us. So I don't have to type in that whole thing. Okay, I'm just gonna make that right there. True, and then all right, we're gonna end that right there. And then we're gonna do try space bracket, consistent response equals await fetch, and we fetch the URL that we just put right now. So I hope you guys can kind of see what's going on right now. So we're collecting data from here. We're getting the exact coordinates of where we're getting this information from. Yeah. This is public information, by the way, guys. So that's a consistent data equals await response dot JSON. Let's do that. And then we'll do another consistent weather equals data dot current underscore weather. And then we're gonna do console log. God, I kind of butchered that. Sorry about that. Console log. And let's do, okay, we're gonna set a location. So we're gonna do location, right? Long Beach. So I'm doing this outside, and there's like an ambulance right now going on.
it's
Wait,
okay.
can you guys
We can't hear
hear? No, it's fine. It's fine. Here, look, it's
you.
kind of crazy. There's like a Fortnite event going on like live. All right. Um. So then, yeah. So we're just gonna end this right now, right here. So we're just gonna go. All right. Let's cook that out, and then just end it because this is Java. Remember, guys, we have to end. I always forget the name of these. They're just horrible. Okay. And then we're gonna do okay, console log again. Console log dot log. And let's do temperature. We're gonna do temperature. Sign. We're gonna do $sign weather. Mess this up. Sure. Temperature. Wait, actually, since we're doing temperature, we're actually gonna do this. So it should be in bracket. We should put data right here, actually. My bad, guys. We're gonna do this instead. Temperature. So for temperature, $sign data dot current underscore weather dot temperature. Temperature. And then we're gonna all right. So we're basically just grabbing the data again from here. And we're just putting all the console log right here. So I'm just gonna, if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna copy and paste this, to be honest with you. Because we're gonna have to do this again. So then we're gonna change this to wind speed. So do wind speed here. We're gonna do wind speed. Oh, where is this? Wind speed. With that space. Yeah. And we're gonna do data current, weather, wind speed. Listen. And we're just gonna end it right here. Just gonna go catch. And we're gonna use the catch command. Catch error. Error. And we're gonna put like error fetching weather data. And let's put on my error. There it is right here. Where does this go? We don't need this one right here. Okay. And then let's put get weather at the end. Now we go back to get weather. All right. So what this does here is we're basically, yeah, I'll break this down for us right here. So basically what this does is we're using async allows the function to use await, basically handle API calls and takes time. So that's what this command does right here. This term, I guess. And then await or constant is just defines a variable that can't be reassigned. So stores fixed values. And this is a pretty common one. I like so I'd highly recommend this. And then fetch, as you guys already probably should know already. Fetch, where's fetch right here? Uh, so fetch requests data from an API, makes the API call. So basically, we're basically calling this getting information from this URL link that I put into the thing. So with this information, so with this, we should be able to, let's see. So let's open the terminal. And first, let's see what node you guys have. So we're gonna go. Actually, if you guys don't already have, actually install pip.
Pip is just or do you want to explain a little what pip is real quick?
Pip just basically makes your environment. Collecting requests. It just honestly, I'm just kind of used to doing it. You just kind of have to use it. It sets environment, collects data, or make sure you guys get the data from the API. Just make sure, yeah, just make sure it has a request library basically.
Yeah.
And to run your code, no, the get weather. There we go. Okay, Jason, I'm so dumb. You just had to save the code. You
You're good.
didn't have to get, I'm so stupid. Okay, just save your code then. Yeah, make sure you guys save your code. I totally forgot to do that. But yeah. So this is the perfect version. As you can see, it's the same thing. If you guys followed along with my code, it should be the exact same thing. Um, it's just this is the better version. I guess I used emojis and stuff like that. I just wanted to make a perfect version in case if this happened. So as you guys can see, we have Long Beach right here. Temperature 17. We're straight up collecting data from right here. So let's go. We can go all the way back. Let's go back to the presentation. All right. So as you guys can see, sorry about that long wait on that. We were breaking that whole thing down. If you guys have any questions on the like JavaScript terms because I know Java can be a little bit weird. Unlike Python, I didn't want to do the Python version. But so like basically fetch, as you guys know, request data from the API. So fetch right here is super important. And then await right here pauses the code until a promises finishes. So basically waits for the API response. This right here is super important. And you guys kind of have to know a lot of this. Like whatever you're using, if we're doing weather, you could use it for anything. Airplanes, my friend used it for airplanes. Basically, you just collect data from things that are already there and you just list it out. It makes it really easy and data cost efficient. So let's go to the next thing. All right, so data access. From data to intelligence, how API power machine learning. So APIs are more than data pipelines. They're how raw information transforms into intelligent output. Through APIs, machine learning models receive structured inputs, process with them with trained algorithms and return meaningful predictions or responses. Every AI product from chatbot or to video generators uses APIs to bridge the gap between data and intelligence. This connection always allows apps to learn, adapt, and create value in real time. So data access APIs provide model with the clean, structured data they need to train and operate effectively. Pattern recognition, machine learning algorithms use that data to find trends, correlations, and patterns. So basically, like I've been saying, it gives you pattern, it gives you like data that you don't have to actually manually put in and just grabs it from the source. That's honestly why AI is like uses APIs so much because you're collecting a bunch of data, putting it all together. It's the backbone of AI, honestly. Model integration, APIs let let's just move this out the way. APIs let you plug machine learning models directly into your apps. No massive servers required, real world intelligence. The result smart assistants, recommendation systems, and AI tools that learn from every interaction. So machine learning behind an API. When you call an API for an AI feature, you're not just receiving data, you're activating a trained machine learning model on a remote server. Here's what happens step by step behind the scenes when intelligence is delivered through an API. Okay, so first receiving the request, just as you guys saw. So in that code demo, let's see if I could still show you guys. Okay, so in that code demo, we're requesting the information right here. So fetch, we're waiting for the response time. You have to put that in, and we're grabbing the data from here. So we're specifically saying we want the current weather, and then we have to console log this, right? So temperature, you put in the location, right? So this is just you're putting in the string for it, just so it looks all pretty and stuff. But really here, this is what matters. So weather temperature, we're collecting this straight from the data right here, and wind speed, we're collecting straight from the wind speed right here, and then we're catching it. Error, if error, right? Basically, error fetching weather there, right? So this is basically how you receive the request, right? So I'm gonna get rid of this here. So basically receiving the request, right? An API endpoint collects inputs, text, image, audio, etc. from your app. This input is cleaned and validated before being passed to the machine learning model. Processing the data, the API sends uh, this sends the input to the model where mathematical patterns and neural networks analyze it. This is where learning happens. The model compares the new data to what it has already learned. Generating a response, the model produces an output like a prediction label or generated text. The API formats this output into a JSON response your app can easily read. Returning intelligence, the response travels back to the client through the API. Your app displays it instantly, completing the intelligence cycle in seconds. So yeah, okay. So build your own mini API. You don't need a massive data center to experiment with machine learning. With a few lines of code, you can wrap a simple model inside of Flask API, allowing anyone or any app to send data, run predictions, and get results instantly. The step transforms your model from a local script into a usable service. The same principle behind OpenAI's ChatGPT or Sora APIs. So this is a lightweight app response endpoint like predict, receive, JSON output, and use a front end or Postman to send a request. So post/text. I love this workshop, right? Um, and yeah, I was actually gonna show you guys a whole new API, but I think that's gonna take really long now that I think about it. But yeah, we were gonna do that from scratch trying to use Java because I suck at Java and I wanted to get better with Java using this. Um, but yeah, any questions? Do you guys have any questions on what APIs are by any chance? Or Jason, do you have anything you want to ask that you want to, I don't know, some clearance on?
Yeah, so let's say that I'm trying to build my own project. Where
Yeah.
did you get this API? Let's say I
So
don't want to do weather. I want to
y-
do something else.
yeah. So give me an example and I'll help you out with that. So like,
Uh,
let's say, yeah, give me whatever.
yeah. Okay. Let's say I want the current data on students' attendance in school so that I can train my model to predict whether students are going to show up to class or not.
So if you want to collect data, like, you know how just how we plugged in right here, right? The URL, how we're grabbing, there's already a lot of so the fun part about making APIs is that you don't really have to like make them, like basically collecting the data and everything. That's already pre-made. So a lot of people already have that. So like here, for example, I grabbed it from API Open Medio, right? So basically you can go into already existing repos and pull the APIs that they have. So like, for example, let's go here. Let's see. So you can grab their API basically. And from there, you just grab the link and plug and chug basically. So you like you can go to anything. They have repos for whatever information you guys need, just the data set. And then you're making your own API then by just putting in these tiny little like here we go. Not tiny little. You have to kind of memorize them. I'm not gonna lie to you. But now with like ChatGPT, you don't really have to memorize a lot of these cool things, which is I love that, obviously, right? So you use like predict methods, app route, def predict. So same thing. You just want to just like we did in this code over here, just cost URL. I think it's better if I show you the code that actually worked. You get the response, awaits, you console log whatever it is that you're looking for. You just have to make sure you know you like what the code is or what that where you're grabbing the API from, and you plug it right in, and you could just do that, and that's basically its own little model. And from there, you can. So we're gonna go into that right now. Look, so integrating it. Let's go right back. I think that segues perfectly into this. So API plus machine learning in intelligent systems. Every modern AI system from Sora to Chat is built on the same foundation, data, models, and API working together. APIs allow us to connect the dots. Okay, actually, I like this. Whether it's generating text, predicting trends, or classifying images, APIs are bridges that let machine learning power real applications. So if you want to put it into like machine learning, Jason, because obviously APIs by itself isn't machine learning, right? So it's just basically just collecting a bunch of data and putting it in. Um, so if you want to put it into a model, so like let's say you want students and you want to do like a chatbot specifically for students, um, you basically grab like information like here from whatever GitHub that it has. Basically, like look, they did. You see why it would take a million years to not really a million years, but to get data like that's already in an API that's already made. You just grab from there and then grab the information. So you pull the information specifically that you want, just like we did in our demo. So, for example, here we just specifically grabbed weather temperature from this. And yeah, you guys saw the like the link for yourself. So if you guys actually clicked on it, um, so yeah, basically, Jason, to answer your question, if you want to make like a data set for chat, like let's say your own chatbot, right, and you wanted to have a bunch of information on attendance, let's say, you grab this and you like, let's say you do this, right? So you get the weather, you get the data set, and then basically within the console, you want to put just fetch like get the node, right? Get the node fetch weather the information, and then you make another folder, right? So then you make your chatbot there, how we made the last time, how we made a chatbot using someone else's API though too, and you want to plug this into that information. Just so let's say let's call this chatbot. All right. So within this chatbot, basically, let's say whatever you want to fetch the information from here to there. So let's say whatever chat like information you guys have, like you know what I mean, like whatever it is, like generator exit, whatever. Let's say this is just set. So like let's say this is your like chatbot, right? So at the end you just want to make sure you get the weather and then you console log this, put it into there, and then that it's that easy. That chatbot should now have the information of whatever attendance you have, like whatever attendance we grab for from, okay, wherever the GitHub is, but whatever attendance you want, whatever you're looking for, you just put in that information API right into your code, and then you pull it in. So you just keep this level, just keep this, keep this layer of information for whatever data set you want, and then you plug it into the chatbot, and they should now have that information because you already put in machine learning, and basically that's keeping up, right? So you're like updating your machine learning, and that's what a ChatGPT is like a bunch of millions of data set, also math, uh, percentages, based probabilities, right? So you're just grabbing a bunch of data and just plugging it in. So that's why chatbots are different. And that's why you can learn a lot just putting in random data, and it'll give you completely different things because it now knows more. And I think ChatGPT has like millions. So, or not even, maybe who knows, billions. I don't even, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know, but it has a lot. So, thank you. Let's continue exploring the connected world of API and machine learning. Today, we learned that APIs are the bridges that connect human apps and intelligence. When combined with machine learning, they allow us to turn ideas into real experiences, from creative tools to smart systems. Keep experimenting, keep building. The next API you design could be the one that powers the future. So yeah, you guys now have literally the bridge to make whatever API you guys want. Just like we did in this example right here. I know mine sucked. I don't know why. I didn't save it. Make sure you guys save your code. Like it's that simple. Just make sure you command S if you're on Mac. Uh, but yeah, basically this is really what the concept of APIs is. I wanted to do a little demo, but I think it would take a little bit too long now. But Jason, if you want to segue and say whatever you want to do, yeah, up to you.
Yeah. Is there any questions from those that are attending right now, or anything that you would like us to expand further on?
And I'm getting better at these presentations. I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel like I'd be taking too long. I need to just like do it quick. Sorry about that, guys. But thank you guys for staying. Seriously.
Yeah. But yeah, if no further questions, then thank you guys all for coming. I will be posting the recorded version probably sometime this week. I'll edit out the parts that we need to, but to keep it kind of clean. But if no further questions, thank you guys for all coming, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. So
Thank you guys.
yeah, thank you guys.